Goodwill brings to you the weekly share market update dated the 6th of January 2024. Talking about the corporate segment, we have the Yes Bank stock surged 7% on January 1st to inch closer to its 52-week high of 23.05 rupees, following the private lender's declaration of receiving 150 rupees crore from a single trust in security receipts portfolio after NPA portfolio sale. Renewed investor interest may keep the stock in the green for the short term. Yes Bank informed the exchanges on December 31st about the receipt of funds from a single trust. This is with reference to our earlier disclosure pertaining to the sale of NPA portfolio to JC Flowers ARC on December 17, 2022. The bank would like to inform that it has received 150 rupees crore from a single trust in the security receipts portfolio, the lender said. Shares of Vodafone Idea extended the rally from the previous session to zoom 7% more on January 1st. The stock of telecom service provider under the Aditya Birla Group has surged over 30% across 2 sessions as the street awaited clarity on the company's fundraising plans. A total of 109 crore shares traded on the BSE and the NSE combined so far in the day, significantly higher than the 1-week average of 69 crore shares and the monthly average of 42 crore shares. Shares of Bondada Engineering rallied 5% on January 1st on the company's plans to pick up 60% in Apple Technologies for 2.19 rupees crore. The company's board at its meeting held on December 29 approved to acquire a substantial stake of 60%, 30,000 equity share of 10 rupees each in the paid-up equity share capital of Apple Technologies Private Limited. Consequent to the acquisition, Apple will become subsidiary company of the company. Apple is a leading manufacturer of advanced torque motors and controllers for EV2 and 3-wheelers, drones, defense and industrial application motors, which will help the company in its foray into the renewable energy space. Shares of VST Industries Limited soared 20% to 4,060 rupees and were locked in the upper circuit, following a report that 4% equity stake in the company was sold in a block deal. Ace investor and trader Radhakishan Damani has a 25% stake in the cigarette maker, through his investment arm Bright Star Investments. Derive Trading and Resorts Private Limited, where Damani is a director, also has 4.76% in the company. Shares of Alok Industries soared 20% and was locked in its upper circuit at 25.80 rupees, also its highest level in 52 weeks. On January 2nd, after Reliance Industries Limited subscribed to non-convertible redeemable preferential shares worth 3,300 rupees crore. The preferential shares were issued at a dividend rate of 9% on a private placement basis to RIL. Moreover, the preferential shares will also be redeemable at par any time, within a period not more than 20 years from the date of allotment. Telecom services provider Vodafone Idea on January 2nd denied it was in talks with Elon Musk-promoted Starlink to manage its services in India. We would like to submit that the company is not in any such discussion with the named party, said Vodafone Idea in an exchange filing. Following the clarification, the stock, which had run up significantly on the rumor, plunged over 5% on the BSE on January 2nd. In the last 6 months, the stock has rallied 118%. Shares of Erkan International jumped over 7% each on January 3rd, after the company's announced management changes earlier this week. Erkan informed stock exchanges on January 1st that on attaining the age of superannuation, Pramod Kumar Singh, project director for Patna, and Ravi Sahai, chief general manager, civil, ceased to be senior management personnel of the company. VST Industries share jumped more than 6% to hit a 52-week high of 4,328 rupees in the morning trade on January 3rd, extending the previous day's 20% gains after Ace investor Radhakishan Damani bought 2.22 lakh shares in the tobacco company, taking his stake to over 30%. VST Industries has been providing a good dividend yield of 3.6% against 2.7% for ITC. And 2.04% for Godfrey Phillips, data shows. On the ROE front, too, VST Industries gave 32% returns compared with ITC's 25%, and 15% of Godfrey Phillips over 3 years. Shares of Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited gained almost 1% to hit a new 52-week high of 1,300, and 4 rupees in the early trade on January 3 after the company announced the acquisition of an Israel-based firm. Libra Merger Limited is Sun's second buy in Israel after Taro Pharma, which was a high-profile acquisition for the Indian drug maker. Sun said the Libra acquisition would facilitate the consolidation of business in Israel.
Torrent Power shares hit a fresh 52-week high, jumping 13.5% in trade on January 4 as the power utility firm signed 4 contracts with the Gujarat government for a total of 47,350 crore rupees. As part of the 4 non-binding Memoranda of Understanding, the power utility arm of the diversified Torrent Group will invest 47,350 crore rupees in renewable energy, green hydrogen, and power distribution projects. The contract was signed with the Department of Energy and Petrochemicals, Government of Gujarat, as a part of the investment promotion activity for Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024. Godrej Properties stock also rallied 8% intraday, and the stock has been in an uptrend after the company, on January 3, announced its acquisition of a 4-acre land parcel in Bengaluru for a luxury housing project. This project is estimated to have a developable potential of about 0.7 million square feet of saleable area, comprising primarily of premium residential apartments, and a revenue of 1,000 crore rupees through sales of those apartments. The Lupin share touched a 52-week high of 1,429 rupees and 95 paise in the opening trade on January 5 after the company announced that the United States Food and Drug Administration had given it tentative approval to market a generic diabetes drug. The company received the American regulators' nod for its abbreviated new drug application for dapagliflozin and saxagliptin tablets, the Mumbai-based firm told exchanges on January 4. The product is a generic equivalent of AstraZeneca AB's Q-Turn tablets, it added. Shares of Waaree Renewable Technologies surged 10% in the early trade on January 5 to hit a record high of 2,703 rupees and 95 paise after the company said that its board would consider a stock split on January 20. A stock split is a corporate action in which a company divides its existing shares into multiple shares. The purpose is to increase the number of shares outstanding while proportionally decreasing the price per share. This does not change the overall market value of the company or an investor's ownership stake, but it aims to make the stock more affordable and potentially increase liquidity by attracting a broader range of investors. Alok Industries Limited has moved up by 51.29% this week with a change of 10.95 points. It has traded with a net volume of 727.449 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 32.3 against the previous closing price of 21.35. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 23.23, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 32.55 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 77.74. Sun Pharma Advanced Research Company Limited has moved up by 46.64% this week with a change of 133.75 points. It has traded with a net volume of 64.56 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 420.55 against the previous closing price of 286.8. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 296.43, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 423.35 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 82.85. Shobha Limited has moved up by 28.76% this week with a change of 283.50 points. It has traded with a net volume of 23.408 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 1,269.2 against the previous closing price of 985.7. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 1,000.74, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 1,343.35 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 83.35. Gujarat State Fertilizer and Chemicals Limited has moved up by 17.83% this week with a change of 43.05 points. It has traded with a net volume of 93.354 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 284.45 against the previous closing price of 241.4. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 227.24, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 303.40 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 80.58. Nifty is currently in negative trend. If you are holding short positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 21,777. Fresh long positions can be initiated if Nifty closes above 21,777 levels. Nifty support levels are 21,643, 21,576 and 21,523. Nifty resistance levels are 21,764, 21,817 and 21,884. Bank Nifty is currently in positive trend. If you are holding long positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 47,579. Fresh short positions can be initiated if Nifty closes below 47,579 levels. Bank Nifty support levels are 47,861, 47,562 and 47,301. Bank Nifty resistance levels are 48,420, 48,680 and 48,979. You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, or email using the information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. And, as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy investing.